Friendships are such an important part of our lives, and they play a big role in our mental health. But as life gets busy, it can be easy to drift away. Mental health professional Calissa Ngozi is here with tips to help us nurture those friendships. Thanks for joining us, Calissa. When it comes to our mental health, why is it so important to focus on friendships?
Well, I think we need to remember that we're not meant to do life alone. So having friendships and cultivating them is super important right from when we're in junior kindergarten through high school to adulthood. And I think that we often forget that.
What practical habits will help us create these friendships and make them stand the test of time?
Well, I think remembering that as humans and as people, a lot of us are working professionals, we might be stay-at-home parents, but everybody's busy. So I think it's important for people to hold space for one another and have compassion, empathy, and understanding. You know, with friendships, it is 100%, but sometimes I'm going to need you to put 70% into our friendship, me 30%, and then we'll swap. So that's the important piece.
It's all about balance, of course. And as you said, life can be so busy, so many different responsibilities to be able to juggle. How can we nurture our friendships even if we are already juggling so many things?
Well, I think if you make sure that you put your friendship on somewhat of a schedule. So if you are intentional about every other Friday night or every other Wednesday morning, we're going to meet for coffee, or we're going to make sure that we text each other, or we're going to go out for pizza. Just something so that you have that connection and that bond, and that it's something that maintains throughout that lifetime friendship.
And you mentioned both texting there and going out in person. Do we get the same sort of fulfillment from a relationship that is online, texting, calling, whatever it is, as we do seeing people in person?
Well, we're not meant to do life alone, and that looks differently to different people. So for me, I like to go out. I like to hang out with my friends. I like to cultivate those relationships. But sometimes it's hard if you're a single mom, if you're a single parent. Getting out isn't always easy. But I think that if you try your hardest to do that, then you're going to see a flourishment in that friendship.
When it comes to you personally, how do you think friendship plays a role in resilience and well-being?
Well, for me, I have a lot of different types of friend groups. So I have family friend groups, I have high school friendships, and I have ones that I've just met, through work or through community events. And for me, it's a really huge part of who I am as a person. And whenever I'm going through a hard time, or if I need advice, or if I just need to get out, I have those people that I'm able to call on that help me with that resiliency piece.
It can be so important for resilience. And I want to go back to some of those practical tips, because I think a lot of people want to maintain these friendships and they want to be going out all the time and doing these things. But I mean, what are some more of the ways that we can make sure we are prioritizing this in our life?
Well, I think another thing to note is sometimes it's hard to make friends. Not everybody stays in the same hometown that you grew up in. A lot of us have moved around. So find something that you enjoy. So whether it's playing cards or playing a sport or going out for a dinner club, find something where you can meet people. And then when you have that connection, it's so much easier to have that bond and that ability to make sure that you're prioritizing one-on-one or group time together.
So finding that shared hobby, I guess, is one of the key things there, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not everybody likes to ski. Not everybody likes to read a book, but there's clubs for everything. So it's about finding your match in essence.
Definitely. I know I moved to a new city a few years ago, and at first it was so difficult to find friends, especially because, the pandemic has made all things more difficult for us. Is there any other practical tips that you have for finding those friendships?
I think it's just about being understanding that you don't need 20,000 friends. Sometimes it's just having a core group of 1, 2, or 3 people that that you can rely on and that they can rely on you. And that's how we can do life together.
And where can people find your information if they want to learn more about this, Calissa?
Well, they can find me online on my website at www.calissangozi.com or on all my socials at Calissa Ngozi.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate that and your insights. And we'll have more Morning Live coming up just after this.